This is Intergalactic Crystal Ball. So what is it that we want to know? I feel like the first thing to say is that I feel like Rihanna is a dragon, but like physically she comes from dragon bloodline. I used to think that she was a 𝗲𝗨 starseed, which very well could be true. Which would make sense if it's like 𝗲𝗨 and dragon. Oh my god. Yeah, if it's 𝗲𝗨 and dragon, that would be a lion and a serpent body, lion face, serpent body, which is what 𝗷𝗵𝗱𝗀𝗀 is. So, the first card, Aragonite, find your center. Like iron patinate flowers forged by tiny hammers, Aragonite forms in geometric bursts called star clusters. There you go. It also occurs in the exoskeleton of stony corals and in the shells of most mollusks, protecting their 𝗕𝗕cie and 𝗕𝗕phishy inside. I do feel like she is like one of the originals from maybe like not Mintaka, but like Sirius star system. Huh? Smelling roses. So she could have. I don't feel like she's part of the sisterhood of the sacred rose or the lineage of the rose, but I do feel like she is a carrier of the sacred crystal. Now, whether or not she knows that, I don't know. I'm picking up something about like the fact that her dad was a drug addict and alcoholic, because she is well known that she had like serious there have been serious accusations about her like doing drugs, like lacing her blunts with like meth. I'm gonna say Molly, but I'm pretty sure Azealia Banks said meth. Someone told me that they think that she and 𝗂𝗵𝗻𝗁𝘁 got together like because God wanted her to get sober, and 𝗂𝗵𝗁𝘁 has been in like he's tried recovery before or whatever. Okay, so these are going to be all the cards that I pulled from that deck. Aragonite, Garnet, Cavansite, and Bismuth. Get into your depth, expand your consciousness, rewrite your codes with rainbows. Yeah, I definitely feel like she like carries sacred codes, and I just don't know if she knows that. Because if you knew that, like, you wouldn't be, and it's possible that she realized it after she did the things that she did to get famous and became implicated in these things. Like, these guys were like, okay, what are their names? Evan Rogers comes to Barbados and is like, the minute Rihanna walked into the room, it was like the other two girls from her singing group don't even exist. And then she goes to his hotel to sing for him. And then when she gets introduced to Jay Brown, and then he introduces her to to Jay-Z, who introduces her to L.A. Reid, and they're all like, you have to sign her, you have to sign her. And it's like, yeah, when you're in person with people, you can feel their energy much more strongly. And it's like, maybe from her voice, Jay-Z did not feel like he wanted to sign her. But then when she started singing, then when he met her in person, he felt her energy. And I'm sure he's been around the block a few times. He knows. And he was like, oh, okay, we have to sign this person. Why? Because she had codes that were super powerful from her lineage, her spiritual, ethereal energy. I definitely feel like there was like, I need to get my lip gloss. I feel like they knew that she had these codes because let's just be real here. It's not like she's the best singer in the world. She never was. She never will be. She has star power. She can't really dance. It's not like she's like a superstar in the sense of like even somebody like Britney Spears, who like is a whole spectacle, and somebody like Michael Jackson or Mariah Carey, like she's not really a solid performer, but she has star power. And I don't think it's just that she could carry their messages like through singing. I think that it's like that they could use her body and like her vessel and exploit her codes. I do feel like they were having sex with her. And everyone knows that, actually. Do you have anything to say about that?
Keep getting visions of like the plane, like that plane when they first came, and something went on in that plane when they took her.
Like rape?
Like the influence, probably putting stuff in her drinks, the touching. Yeah. Over the water.
So you feel like when they were traveling over the water, they like were doing like a ritual of some sort?
Yeah.
And like if they put something in her drink, it could be biological, like some sort of weird like adrenochrome, but not adrenochrome, like some other kind of weird ass shit. What do you think it is? Let's dig deeper.
I heard bio-warfare.
Because whatever is in her body, ultimately, if she's singing that, see how we have 2 orange and 2 blue. Blue is the throat chakra. This is orange is the sacral chakra. Whatever's in her body is what is like, it comes out in her throat when she's singing, and that forms the codes of like whatever is transmitted. So if they put some sort of like diseased energy inside of her body, then she is like carrying those codes out across the airwaves.
I'm seeing like, what's that man, Dr. 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝘁 from Phineas and Ferb? Niggas like that.
Like, oh my God, like Nazi scientists.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. Because they brought those people here, and they are like, they were really top ranking people in the, like in science and NASA and like government officials and stuff in the United States of America.
Yeah.
And America has always been on the forefront of like biological warfare.
I'm seeing like
campaigns.
the DNA strand, the
double helix.
Yeah.
We have. Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
seeing like they doing something with tweezers, like they had her on a bed or something, like something with her body, like it's like it's so much emphasis on the physical, not even like the spiritual or like her. Yeah, it's
because the body, like people, okay, we all look human, but we don't all have the same DNA.
Yeah.
Even if it's not activated, like she still has the potential for certain things that other people won't. If you are a whole ass extraterrestrial. And I see her as like a big blue being, so like elven, like blue blood, you know what I mean? And if they can take that, and exploit that for somehow they're trying to make something for themselves to take to have those kinds of powers. Because like I said, she has the sacred crystal, but she has the sacred crystal. And that's not the same necessarily as the sacred lineage of the rose. That's not the same necessarily. She has the sacred crystal, and I think we have Saint here, lost, anxiety in reverse, Lilith in reverse, stability. I feel like she didn't know what she was getting herself into. Yeah. And then, like, I think that she would have, maybe she was okay with the idea of, like, having sex with this person, but she didn't know the extent of how, like, crazy this shit was. Just like in Jennifer's body, like, the guy, Jennifer's okay to have sex with the band guys, but then, like, she realizes that they're going to sacrifice her, and obviously she's not okay with that. I feel like that is what happened with Rihanna, and she just got like really lost in the sauce. Miracles in reverse, daydreams in reverse, apocalypse in reverse, awaken. Yeah, I feel like over time, eventually, like the novelty of it wore off. She was probably like, well, I'm here now. I'm going to do what I got to do.
Yeah,
And
I'm an immigrant.
yeah, I'm going to make the most of it because it's already happening. But I'm going to do what I can to like protect myself.
Yeah.
And she didn't know why they wanted her. But over time, she began to become aware of what was going on and awaken to the reality of things. And I think that, like, I feel like she's been working to take back her power. And I think that's part of why she doesn't make music anymore.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't know what was going on, and she was really confused before. But now, like, she didn't know herself.
Yeah.
She didn't know herself. She didn't know what kind of power she had. She didn't know any of that stuff. And they're saying, like, just because she did all that stuff doesn't mean that she is evil or that, like, she is dirty or anything like that. Like, she was exploited and taken advantage of. But she is getting to a place where she's going to have a better life now, especially that she's, like, not as involved in the record industry. Looking at her sidereal birth chart, she's actually a sun Aquarius. Which makes sense because, like, as an alien, like, she even looks like one with her
She does.
head. It is real innocence. Strength at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, having to do with her womb as, like,
Capital.
yeah. They were just using her as a vessel. Like, how many people, like, that she had sex with, because I mean, they were pimping her out. Orange calcite, unlock your creativity. That is her unlocking her power. And once she learned the rules of the game, because she's young, once she learned the rules of the game, she figured out how to get herself out of there. Was 𝗵𝗵 and 𝗵𝗲, so it's like, who else was involved in this?
Jay-Z.
Well, yeah. Agate, find your solid ground. So it's a lot of orange energy here. Orange going into red.
I feel like her, what's his name, 𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗁, he's helping her get up, but not like him consciously, like his higher self.
Well, that means that we should look into him now.
Yeah. I'm seeing like serpent energy around him.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like draconic AF.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the same age. All right, so 𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗁 was born and raised in Harlem. He embarked on his musical journey as the hip-hop collective 𝗂𝗵𝗵𝗁. Oh, his father is from Barbados.
Oh. Yeah, I'm seeing the dragons around him. Sea dragons. I'm seeing what's that monster called? The Loch Ness monster? Some monster.
Loch Ness.
Loch Ness monster. Your golden eagle.
The eagle is a symbol of the archons. And it is also a symbol of the diplomats. The rap group. Eagle is on the insignia of the United States of America. It is also associated with the highest transformation of Scorpio. Honestly, reading his story, it does seem like odd that he would just like randomly like blow up so quickly.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like 𝗂𝗵𝗁 is not somebody, I mean, he used to sell heroin. I don't feel like he is above doing anything to get put on, to be honest with you. I definitely feel like he is somebody who would, you know, something, especially because, like, we know that Drake has the red dragon on him. Like, these Dracos, I feel like these people are the ones who are doing that incubus magic with anal sex. And that's like deep occult Freemason shit. And I feel like that's what a lot of rappers are a part of that because they have dragon DNA.
Mm.
And they don't even know that shit. Because even if they're doing occult shit, they don't actually know.
Yeah.
One of Pentacles. Yeah, they are like originals. Actually, no, I do feel like they are part of like an original Anunnaki is what I'm hearing. Like they are descended from the Anunnaki, which I already thought that anyway. The Anunnaki are they are not the Nephilim. I don't think the Anunnaki are from. They say they're from the Pleiades, and they used to rule in Babylon. And I think that part of the issue is that like people don't know the difference between Babylon and Rome, which up until recently I didn't even know the difference. But I definitely think that they are yes, okay, so we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, we have the Star in reverse, we have the Chariot, and we have the King of Wands in reverse. But on the King of Wands is a dragon coming out of this red woman's skirt. Yeah. I feel like we just got Knight of Wands popped out. I feel like these people have no idea what the fuck they are doing or what the fuck they are. And I feel like ASAP Rocky and Rihanna both were like, we want to get out. They love each other. They want to get out. And so they're like, I see them like grabbing each other's hands and making a break for it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he had a really hard upbringing, and when you have a hard upbringing, like they will find you to make sure, like they'll find people, they'll follow them, they'll stalk them, and then they'll offer them to become like famous, which I feel like is part of why. Like if they know who you are, which they do, they have tabs on us, they take our blood when we are born. And even though Rihanna wasn't born here, like they found her somehow. You know what I mean? Like there have to be other ways that they find people.
I'm getting like Beauty and the Beast, and you know them trying to break this spell. The curse that's on the beast. But the beast is honestly Rihanna.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like the spell.
Oh, he's trying to break it on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because seeing them like leaving the castle, like in Beauty and the Beast, jumping down from the people trying to kill the beast, aka Rihanna. Pearls.
You said pearls,
like pearls.
Well, obviously, it's like the beast is Moloch, and it's mind control, and I feel like it seeds in the womb space, so that anything that you create is like made with it. You know what I mean?
That's crazy because I saw her womb when I was seeing the plane and stuff. I think they were doing all of that.
Why do you think that they would need to like? And then look at this card. What does that look like? Why do you think that they would need to like do that to her, but not have to do that to everybody else? Is it like because she's not from America? 10 of Cups and Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I think it's because like whatever
I just
happens,
heard she wasn't as calcified as like the other
exactly.
celebrities.
Like whatever happens in the indoctrination process in America,
Yeah.
like she was full up. She you like how my mom says like outside of America, like the sun is different.
Different.
And here it's like this. You know what I mean? So like this she was full of God before. Even if she was making silly mistakes like a young person is wont to do, you know what I mean? She probably, I mean, she also grew up poor, suffering. You know, she like sometimes you're willing to do a lot that you wouldn't do if you were not suffering. And that's why they have people in these kinds of situations. And so she, Ace of Swords in reverse, she didn't have, like you said, that calcification that happens in America, drinking 𝗪𝗻𝗄 formula, drinking, or like, drinking formula, you know, like going to the doctor and like being shut up with things, certain vaccines and shit like that. I'm not against vaccines. I'm not against all vaccines, but like, I know that they're doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's trickster energy.
Yeah.
They put a little bit of fucked up shit in the medicine so that they can keep you sick. So she's not having any of that shit happening to her as a little child in Barbados. She's not eating the food, you know what I mean? And people in other countries think like, oh my God, like how can you live in this other country? They don't even have McDonald's. They don't even have Oreos. It's like, nigga, nobody is actually missing that shit if they don't have it. And when you have it for the first time, a lot of times people think that shit is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like how an American person might eat Oreos and then they eat dollar store brand Oreos and they're like, this is gross. That is how people will feel about
when
like
village people try toothpaste for the first time, they're like, ew, like what is this? Oh yeah.
The moon in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they do something where, yes, because of the mirror, the demiurge. I just have to come back to this. So, like, it's all okay. Yeah, they had to do that to her to, like, poison her, basically.
Yeah.
And it probably also contributed to her being lost for so long.
And something about, like, holding her womb.
Hostage.
Yeah, like, I feel like she tried to have kids before, but it didn't work, or the kid didn't live, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something about holding her womb spiritually.
I feel like she like would have maybe abortions, but I feel like miscarriages.
Yeah, me too.
Because when you are like having that kind of thing on you, and imagine if she's having sex with these people, these men who are doing incubus magics, and they are having demons on them, then she's having sex with demons.
Yeah.
And that is gonna make you like you can't reproduce when you're doing that.
Yeah.
And that brings us to another person, Beyonce, who like had to do in vitro fertilization and had to do all this shit. This is why so many of those women in Hollywood have to do like all that science shit to have babies.
I had a dream about Beyonce last night. It was so weird. It was like she was my roommate and we were living together in that apartment I was in with not. But we were not cool with each other at all. Like, I was not fucking with her at all. And she did some weird shit, I don't remember. But I left, and all in the mall, her posters were everywhere. Like, every single food place, everywhere had her poster on it, this and that. And it was so weird to me. I'm like, this fucked up bitch. And mind you, everyone saw her as Beyonce, but then when I saw her as, you know, as chaotic as how not, or having that energy, you know? I'm like, how the fuck do y'all see this? And I realized it was all in the food, in the mall. Like they will be like, everyone look at Beyonce, and then they would like push it in the food while they're looking. Like the takeout food, the Chinese food, etc. Yo,
It's like the MSG in Chinese
Literally.
food, killing you,
It was in
calcifying your
everything.
pineal gland. Wow, I feel like now we have to like really be serious about like eating our own food.
Me too.
It's exhausting having to cook every fucking day.
I swear.
But that actually reminds me of the dream that I had about the Walmart and then the cafe behind the Walmart, and it was like,
I hate Walmart dreams.
it was it was, what's it called, like a person that I knew who owned the cafe, and like we were trying to sell the beverages in the cafe, and it was matcha or it was golden milk, and they were like, well, why don't we just sell both? Because that's why like don't go to Starbucks if you have the option to go to like a regular, like an individually owned cafe. Because these people are all in cahoots. Like, how are you going to have chemicals that nowhere else in the world people are allowed to have? And then people are addicted to it. You know what I mean? I feel like that thing that they put on her, even if she wanted to act differently, she couldn't act differently.
Yeah.
That is the Red Queen energy. Like, to be extremely promiscuous.
Yeah. Whore of Babylon.
Yes, exactly. Whore of Babylon energy, exactly. But some people, I feel like Kylie Jenner didn't want to do it, but she finally was like, I can't fight it. And now she's like doing it. But then you have some people like Kim who were down for it from the absolute beginning.
Yeah.
And think about it, like Cardi B, I feel like is somebody who like, she kind of stays away from like that as much as she can. But honestly, with Megan Thee Stallion, I feel like she thinks that she's so smart that she can outsmart them, but she's getting whored out.
Yeah.
She is like lost in the sauce. And that's the thing, when you think that you're so smart, like that's when they get you.
Aquarius mentality she got.
Oh, like, she's an Aquarius?
Yep. That know-it-all, nerdy. And she mad smart, but ooh, child.
I feel like we probably should have pulled all of these like charts for these people like ahead of time, but whatever. Too late now. We already started. Okay. So this is what I pulled when you were talking about your Beyonce dream. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Wands or Clubs in reverse, Temperance, 6 of Swords, Queen of Swords in reverse. That makes sense. She's under mind control. That's why she's crazy. You know what I mean? I am always reminded when I think about Beyonce of like this book, Valley of the Dolls, where all of the women were like addicted to pills, and the pills were what they called the dolls. And this woman, she finds like this husband who's perfect on paper, but he is cheating on her and shit, like, and like treating her bad and stuff like that. And she just like has the perfect exterior basically, and he promises he's gonna stop, but then he doesn't. That is always what I feel like about Beyonce. And also because Jay is her handler. How are you going to sit here and have a song where you're so excited to see your husband, and you simultaneously, you want to act like you have self-respect, and you're so excited to see your husband who humiliates you on a global scale every other day? Every day, actually, you are humiliated because nobody is forgetting, and nobody ever will forget. But I do feel like she has done something where she has his penis in a vice grip. She may have used medicine to castrate him.
Yeah.
So now he can't do things.
Although a lot of people can say his gun can't shoot, meaning he can't stand up.
Yeah, exactly. Knight of Cups in reverse and 2 of Wands in reverse. Look again, snake, mirror. So much of this has to do with serpents.
And Jay-Z, I'm feeling like he did some with his seed and Rihanna, like try to put a seed in her, like some, like sexually via sex, like some.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'm hearing, I want you to have my baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you pregnant. Already Beyonce was too young for him, and then he's definitely having sex with that young girl. And I feel like she just was dissociating a bunch. See, this is the mind control stuff that they have these young people under. And then at a certain age, they either lose their mind, go insane, or you have people like Amanda Bynes and Britney Spears, but they are less melanated people too. Certain people's ancestors will keep them from having that kind of experience and will clear the shit out for them and help them to wake up. How are you gonna think you're gonna take someone? You see, this is why they don't bother with African people. This is why they don't even bother with us. Because how many African people are really, really famous?
Facts. And you can't even say Burna Boy or these new niggas, please.
Because that is very new, and that is a strategic thing that they are doing.
But not the real, because that real African fame, So Musa, Mansa Musa, all those people, Sundiata, Don people.
They don't want us to have any power because that will start a chain. I mean, look at what's happening right now. Look at what's happening right now. As soon as they gave some African people small power, and now all the African countries are get the fuck out!
Get the
fuck out of here!
Fucking stabbing themselves with knives
and slicing themselves in public. Fuck with me.
For
fuck
real.
with me, nigga. Let's see what happens.
Y'all try it. Try it, bitch.
3 of Swords in the reverse position. 4 of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse with finally at the bottom of the deck, I think it's the Empress. It might be the Magician, actually. But one thing I want to point out is we see how many... The Magician, in reverse. They take people who are spiritually powerful and they bind them to use their power and redirect it and control it because look, this is a mirror image. On the 4 of Pentacles is a mirror image. On the Moon is a mirror image. On the 2 of Clubs is a mirror image. Then we have water here on the 6 of Swords. We have a dragon here on the King of Clubs. Then there's also a dragon figure on the 2 of Clubs. So we keep coming back to mirrors and dragons. But the demiurge is a mirror, but it's a warped mirror. See, what happened is the true mirror is the mother matrix, right? That's why when we were outside, I was if we bypass quote unquote civilization, the mother's I'm always here. I'm literally always here. You are never ever alone. You can't be. Even in your body, you cannot be alone. But the demiurge, the consciousness of the demiurge created a false reality. And that is it's Melkor. And that is the thing. Mind control. It has to control the mind, cut you off from spirit so that you think that it's just you in this simulation. No. I don't like people who want to be oh, life is a computer game. No, nigga, it's not actually. And that's why you can do all kinds of fucked up shit in the world because you think that this shit is a computer game. Nah, nigga, this is life or death. You're gonna have to, when you leave the material realm, what the fuck do you think this is? There's no difference between the material realm and what's out there. There's no difference. And this is how these people are sick. Even the people who think that they're awake are
For
sick.
real. That fake ass hermeticism, I can't even say it.
Hermeticism
Shit they be on. Oh, if you don't, if karma isn't real, just don't feel bad for it. Bro.
Like, that's the sickest thing. Who is coming up with this shit?
Bro.
It's psyops. It's the deep state.
For real.
It's the deep state. It's the fucking... You know who sits around thinking these things up? The plutocrats. Oh, see how they don't want me to say it. I'm tempted to say it's the religious leaders.
The Vatican.
Mm-hmm. You said it.
I'm sure that's where it's from. That all those hermetic books, all of that shit. I'm sure direct on that Vatican coming from.
Because the book of Thoth, of Hermes Trismegistus, that was, they discovered the emerald tablets. It was a white man discovered them in like the late 19th century.
I should have known. Yeah. Even all like the books they reference, they're all these weird white men from in like the 60s, 70s, 80s, cyclomancy. There's another book, I forgot. It's a yellow book. But they're just, I don't know, they're odd. It's all these books.
Yeah. They are odd because look, this is orange and blue. Those are our power centers. Our power centers, and look how much there's so much
Like
orange
me,
and
a manifesting generator, that's mine. Yeah.
throat chakra and sacral chakra.
Mm-hmm.
That's your power, your creative power and your voice to create. What did God do in the beginning in the book of Genesis? God, the word was with God, or what is it? God is God. In the beginning, there was the word, and the word was with God.
Mm.
And what is a word? Like, this is how we create and how we maneuver waves. That is what our body is. It is an instrument that perceives of and also expresses waves. And waves, everything is waves and particles, period. We have the Knight of Clubs, and it's a girl riding a pig through a candy cane forest. I'm hearing when pigs fly. They want us to believe that this shit will always be this way. Because the people, it's like, oh, the people that you look up to, if you can't beat them, you better join them. The people that you look up to are the most powerful people in the world are even like being fucked over by this. But it's like celebrities are not the most powerful people in the world. Honestly, and I was going to say like they may be able to control people, but they're being manipulated and used because they don't know their power by these other people in the background. The leaders of all this shit are magicians and sorcerers. But the thing is, actually, the most powerful people in the world are the people who are like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about what that person's doing.
Facts.
I don't care about what y'all got going on. I don't care. And that's why we're encouraged to like leave the false matrix, which is society, leave the colony, because we are living in a colony from an off-world invader. Leave the colony and go build our earth ships and farm our own food and live our best fucking life. That is what we're encouraged to do. We have the Death card in reverse, and we have, see, they really want us to think, we have 9 of Swords in reverse. They really want us to think it can never, ever change. And we're just stuck. 5 of Clubs, we have a dragon again, and then we have a bunch of apples imagery. And the 6 of Cups is another dragon in apples. So now they're implicating the Garden of Eden. The Adamites, the Adamic and the Eve clans.
Mm.
And then Eve was with 𝗪𝗁𝘁, but I believe that 𝗪𝗁 pretended to be, I believe he wore a disguise to impregnate Eve. Yo, that's in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. That's how Sabrina is born. Lucifer, Morning Star, goes to the mother as the husband and impregnates her with Sabrina. But the mother is not a witch. She is a Christian, actually. And the dad is a witch. And the mother secretly baptizes Sabrina. So she's in both worlds. So I believe that Cain's line is descended from Eve and 𝗪𝗁. Eve and 𝗪𝗁, I believe 𝗪𝗁 tricked her in disguise into thinking that it was someone else and copulated with her. And I believe these are collectives, but the original, the leader of these people are the ones getting into trouble like this. And then they made the mark of Cain, and they are vampires, and that is the Vatican.
Yeah.
And they had knowledge they weren't supposed to have.
The fallen angels.
Yeah, which I believe that, I don't know if Jay-Z is one, but I do feel like Diddy is. And I feel
That
like
man is. Like, I see the devil himself. That man is. I seen the teeth of the devil. Like,
he is so depraved.
he is.
You can just
Deep
see it in his
inside.
eyes.
Yeah, that man is deep inside. Like, 𝗪𝗪𝗁𝘁 type.
Wow. Knight of Swords, but I do feel like there is liberation in the Knight of Swords again. No, sorry. What? This is the Knight. This is the Page of Swords. One of Clubs. Oh, I forget what that one is. 8 of Clubs in reverse. I know it's going to be something so obvious. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Because these people, okay, so I do feel like we are being helped to be, their liberation is coming, and it's liberation happens when we want it to happen, is what I'm hearing. We have to know who to trust. We have to, we've had to learn who to trust. Because, at first it's oh my God, here we are, awakened. And then, we have to go through these trials and tribulations so that when we come into our power, she is holding this creature like a baby, like a teddy bear. It's a salamander, it's a dragon. But baby dragon is a salamander. Wheel of Fortune in reverse, 8 of Wands in reverse. We might not be rewarded for this shit. 8 of Wands in reverse. The World in reverse. Darkness is coming. A lot of misfortune as the world collapses.
I saw before I had a vision of this Pokemon, and it's a Pokemon that always appears before calamity.
9 of Wands, 9 of Clubs in reverse, at 8 of Pentacles. So on the 9 of Clubs in reverse, there is a salamander that blends into the wall. And
it always appears before something that happens.
𝗵𝗄, 𝗵𝗄. Which is the husband of Tiamat. And 8 of Pentacles. So the revelation of the evil people is happening, of the hidden players. And it is changing the material world. Ten of Pentacles. It is the fulfillment of a prophecy. Rambo?
Rainbow.
Oh, okay.
Like the God's promise.
Yeah.
Never destroyed it.
It is the fulfillment of a foretold promise. And well, when I think about Rihanna, I want to ask about Kanye.
Okay.
And I want to ask about not just Rock Nation, but also good music. Like, what the fuck is going on? But what I'm getting is that, like, they all identify as, like, brothers because they are of the same bloodline. But some don't understand, like, some are evil and using their powers for evil, and some are good. But some are blocked to know the truth.
Astral implant. Like, I'm seeing like a vaccine, kind of.
A vaccine put in their brain. I feel like some people, they know that they can trust, like they know that they couldn't trust Kanye with all of the information, but it just turned out that he was the most powerful of them all.
Yeah.
And that is because of how much he loves God and how much he is a Christian. And because of that, they didn't tell him everything, and they put a lot of astral implants into him, archon implants into him. They did a lot of MK Ultra to him and cracked his skull, and they see it as like, as long as he's not completely broken and he can still make us money, it is what it is. That's my brother, but I'm more interested in what I can get out of this situation. Resistance, freedom in reverse. Exactly. But so then why is Rihanna, does she know this? Why are you unfollowing him on Instagram and shit when he's wilding out?
I don't think she does know. And I'm seeing like that snail energy, slothy thing, like, yeah, that thing.
Uber.
Yeah.
Ew. On her?
Yeah.
On her brain. Haunted in reverse, what the fuck, and voodoo.
Yeah. I'm seeing like a jellyfish like sucking on top of like the head.
Oh my god. Look up, like, in Futurama, there is this little green alien that sits on their heads and like sucks on their head, and like they don't have, then the people's eyes go blank and they're just like completely dissociated and like dumb as fuck.
Yeah, like that.
Brain slug, it's a slug.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these people who are so fucking like gross like that, that's what it is.
Astral slugs.
Whoa.
Like jellyfish kind of. Ew.
Well, I perceive of jellyfish, anyway, that's okay. I get Lilith and Apocalypse. Red Queen. Yeah, I feel like this is why they have this hypersexualization of women agenda in hip hop going on.
Mm-hmm.
It is especially exploitative of Black women and women of African descent for a specific reason. Because this is the energy that is in the collective. Niggas need to understand. Like in the ethers, in terms of the ethers, what is, they're using that energy to manifest shit. I just had a flashback to a dream I had. Do me first. But we gotta understand that shit first for ourselves, is what I guess they're trying to say. Save yourself.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Freemasonry. Really, really gotta get free. Really, really gotta get free. Because worrying about what other people are doing is a form of mind control. I'm just concerned as to what it's affecting me.
Facts.
That's what the fuck I'm concerned about.
This fucking money, like, How we was in like, bro.
Like, worry about yourself. Nigga, I've been worried about myself. I'll be honest, so like, yeah, people, you know, this is the whole system, is to control people's minds, to have us caring about shit that don't matter. Yeah. It's like some people know to some extent what's going on. But, you know, even how for us, it's like when something happens, it's like, oh my God, this is happening. This is so crazy. But it's like, we don't sit here and be like, okay, I don't believe it. This stuff all happened, but the rest of the stuff, I don't believe that. This new thing that's happening, I can't believe it. It's like, no, if all the other stuff has happened, then
Facts.
I gotta believe this shit.
Facts.
Boys, it is about taking back our power. And like, what has happened in the root chakra that has us believing that we can have what we want. We're not capable of manifesting it. We're not capable of creating it, because that's why there's so much rape and incest and child abuse, and hypersexualization is a form of sexual abuse. Even just to be a child who somebody is looking at lasciviously, even if they don't do anything to you, just to know it.
The naked spiritual warfare alone.
Exactly. And so that's the shit. It's like, oh, I can't control anything around me. I'm not safe ever. I have to focus all of my energy on all this shit. That's what that shit is. What I gotta do, these people, it's like, what I gotta do to get out of this situation. I'll do anything. And so they do. And they don't even realize what they're putting themselves into. Unforeseen sinner in reverse, duality in reverse. They don't even know. They have no idea the gravity of the consequences. Because a lot of the time, people, they don't even believe, really. Like, if they're like, oh, I have to have sex with this guy one time and that's gonna get me famous. Okay, whatever, it's just one time. They don't even know what is happening to them. You've been initiated into a whole ass world, bruh. You don't even know what kind of karmic retribution you're about to experience. This is why they oscillate between absolute control over your sexuality or like complete indiscriminate looseness. Beauty in reverse, lust in reverse, lost, fire in reverse. People are really dispassionate these days. And it's what is there that's inspiring?
Facts.
Nothing is good.
Food trash, music trash, everything trash, clothes trash.
I do like some shows. Like The Righteous Gemstones. I like that show.
But the actors be trash.
No, they're good. Most of them are really, most famous people are shit. I Think You Should Leave. I like that show. Well, they have so many shows. You gotta enjoy at least one of them. And a lot of time, I just watch the same show over and over.
Facts.
I do want to look into 𝗂𝗲𝗍𝗂. Not in this episode. Why do they keep invoking Pablo Picasso, Basquiat, Frida Kahlo, Keith Haring? Like, why do they keep bringing up these 4 dead artists?
Something about their astral signature. Art signature, astral signature.
I think that Frida is descended from 𝗂𝗄𝗪.
Avatar.
Oh, Pablo is a beast. I see the thing is on him.
I see a dragon. A dark one.
Like an evil one?
I'm seeing like, what is it, the 32 vertebrae or something? Yeah.
To the ladder. A ladder from the bottom of your spine, which is the root chakra to the top. Jacob's ladder. Kabbalism. Kabbalah. Which we know they're doing. We know they're doing it. Drake.
Yeah.
Madonna.
Elvis.
And it's Elvis.
I don't know why he popped up.
Oh, of course, though. I just heard.